Hey guys, so today we'll be doing a mixed level class and our peak pose will be camel or Ustrasana. So it's a nice back bend. We'll open up the sides of the chest and we'll feel really good, okay? If you have blocks, go ahead and grab them. Otherwise, you can just come to your mat. So again, if you have a block, go ahead and place the block in between your ankles, okay? And we'll start in Virasana, hero's pose, okay? Bring the inner thighs together. You can gently rest your hands onto your lap. If you don't have a block, no worries. You can sit in Sukhasana in a cross-legged position. Wherever you've landed, start to close your eyes. Inhale through your nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. And now just take a nice steady breath. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Take one more full breath right here. Bring your palms to meet right in front of heart center. Bow your chin towards your hands and towards your heart. Start to flicker open your eyes, and you can release the hands onto your lap. Inhale, reach your arms up and over your head. You can at first bring your palms to face one another, but then turn your palms forward so that you can really open up the sides of your chest. And as you exhale, goalpost open your arms. So bring your elbows down at 90 degrees. Pull the bottoms of the shoulder blades together and start to tip your elbows up towards the sky as if you were creating a shelf for your heart. Inhale, reach your hands back up. Keep the palms forward. And as you exhale, again, goalpost your arms, shoulder blades together and tip the elbows up. One more time. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Now, as you exhale, twist to your right. Bring your left hand onto your thigh. Your right hand is either going to come down to the ground behind you. It might stay floating up in the air. But if you have a block or pillow or blanket underneath you, perhaps you'll start to find the edge of your prop. Inhale. Exhale to twist. Take a few more breaths right here. Take the whole right arm bone back behind you. Feel that shoulder blade come in towards your spine. One more full breath. On your next inhale, just come back to center, hands onto your lap. If you have your legs crossed, switch the crossing of your legs, so bring your opposite shin in front. And then inhale, take your arms up and over your head. Face the palms forward, and as you exhale, goalpost open the arms. Bottoms of the shoulder blades together, tip your elbows up. Inhale, reach your hands up. Keep the palms forward this time. Exhale, goalpost your arms, shoulder blades together, tip the elbows up. Now inhale, reach your hands back up, and as you exhale, twist to your left. Right hand onto your thigh, left hand either on the ground, floating in the air, or it's going to find the edge of your prop. The whole left arm bone, take it back behind you. Deep breath in and full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. One more full breath. And then come back to center. Come forward. If you have the block underneath you, you can remove it and just come to tabletop position. So your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. We'll take some rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, lower the belly towards the mat. Bring the sides of the chest forward, open up your throat and tuck your toes. And as you exhale, round your spine. Press the floor away, press your toenails down into the mat as you untuck the toes. Inhale, lower the belly down. Feel the bottoms of the shoulder blades come together. Heart goes forward. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, lower the belly down. Tuck the toes, chest forward. Exhale to round. One more time. Inhale, lower the belly down. And exhale to round. Now from here, you can begin to tuck your toes and come to a downward facing dog. So move the hands forward a little bit, knees might go back a little bit, and lift your hips all the way up and back. It might be your first downward facing dog of the day, so pedal out your feet right here. You might shake the hips or shake your head. Take whatever movement that might feel necessary for you. Then begin to find some steadiness in your downward facing dog. I want you to really lift your hips up and back behind you, but at the same time, pull your frontal hip points towards your belly button so that your spine can be nice and long as opposed to there being an arch in your low back. Now inhale it out to your plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips come up and back. Inhale out to your plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now inhale out to plank pose. And as you exhale, lower your knees. Shift forward as you lower the belly all the way down. Untuck your toes, so toenails press down, and inhale to lift your chest for a low cobra. Hold your low cobra. Feel your elbows coming towards one another, and that will bring your shoulder blades closer to one another. Feels like the heart is extending forwards out of your chest. One more breath in. Exhale, lay your heart forward and down. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Hips come up and back. Inhale it out to your plank pose. And as you exhale, either lower the knees first, or you can just lower all the way down one straight line. Inhale, lift the chest, low cobra. Again, hold right here. Feel the elbows come in towards one another. That will bring the shoulder blades towards one another. Deep breath in. Exhale, lay your heart forward and down. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Now inhale, bring your right leg high to the sky behind you. Bend your knee and open up your hips so that you can feel the front of your right thigh open up. You can roll your ankle around, maybe, roll the leg around so you can start to feel some fluidity in your hip. And then extend your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot through in between your hands. Lower your back knee down. Untuck your toes, climb your hand onto your right thigh, and then press the belly away from your thigh. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, let the top of your left thigh sink forward. At the same time, can you pull your frontal hip points up towards the belly button? Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky for a full crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Deep breath in. Exhale to release your hands down to the mat. Now tuck your back toes, lift up your back knee, and straighten the front leg. Walk the hands, pivot the feet to your left for a wide leg, forward fold. Now inhale, halfway lift, press your hands down, lengthen out your spine, and as you exhale, just fold. Okay? You can start to let your heart and your head go down. Take a nice deep breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Now walk your hands underneath your shoulders, lift and lengthen your spine, okay? Now bring your hands onto your hips. Elbows go towards the sky, but then hug the elbows in towards one another, and that will pull the shoulder blades slightly in towards one another. As you inhale, rise it up, warrior two. Extend your arms open, open up the right hip, right toes, and bend into your right knee. Take your left thigh bone to the back one and press it back behind you. At the same time, bring your frontal hip points up towards your belly button. Gaze over your front fingers. Inhale. Exhale, circle your hands down to the mat, low lunge. Spin the back heel up right here. Now inhale, just lengthen and look up. Exhale, step your left foot up to meet your right foot, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms out, around, and up to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your arm bones back behind you, pull the shoulder blades together, and then interlace your fingers. Now inhale, straighten out the arms, lift the size of your chest. And as you exhale, fold over soft knees with your clasped hands. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Couple more breaths. Even though gravity might want to pull your shoulders towards your earlobes, I want you to see if you can pull the shoulders away from the ears and keep taking the shoulder blades in towards one another. One more inhale. Exhale to release your hands down to the mat. Inhale your right foot to the back of the mat, low lunge, and exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank pose, and as you exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky, bend your knee and open up your hip. If you took movements before, I want you to take them now. So you can roll the ankle around a little bit. Roll the whole leg around so you start to bring some fluidity to your hip joint. And then re-extend your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot through in between your hands. Lower your back knee down, untuck your toes, and then climb your hands up onto your left thigh. Press the belly away from your thigh. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, let the top of your right thigh now sink down towards your mat. Pull your frontal hip points up towards the belly button, though, so that you're not crunching into your low spine. And on an inhale, sweep the arms up and over the head for that full Anjaneyasana crescent lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale to release your hands down to the mat. Frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes. Lift up the back knee and straighten out your front leg. Walk your hands, pivot your feet to the right for a wide leg forward fold. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Again, let your head and your heart go down. Another breath. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Lengthen out your spine. Bring your hands onto your hips. So elbows go to the sky, but then pull them in towards one another and feel the shoulder blades come towards your spine as well. Inhale, rise it up. And then warrior two. Tee your arms open. Whole left leg, left toes open up. Bend your knee. Press your right thigh bone back and then take your frontal hip points up towards the belly button and gaze over your front fingertips. Deep breath in. Exhale to release your hands down to the mat, low lunge. Inhale, just lengthen and look up. Exhale, right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, circle your arms out, around, and up to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your hands behind your back. Pull your shoulder blades together. Interlace your fingers. Try to bring the opposite thumb on top. Inhale, straighten your arms. Lift the sides of your chest. And as you exhale, forward fold over your legs. Deep breath in and full breath out. Couple more breaths. Again, try to pull the shoulders, the tops of your shoulders away from your ears, but keep pulling the shoulder blades together. One more breath in. Exhale, release your hands down to your mat. Inhale, left foot to the back of the mat, and exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, down to the mat. Inhale, lift your chest, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Start to take small steps up to the top of your mat where your feet will come up to meet your hands. We meet in a forward fold. Once you get there, inhale, halfway lift. Press your hands into your shins or your thighs. Extend the heart forward and exhale, fold. Now inhale, sweep your arms up and over your head, Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms up and over the head, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot to the back of your mat, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank pose. If you're ready, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back behind you. Exhale the right foot through in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen and look up. Exhale, left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, circle your arms out, around, and up to the sky. Exhale, bring your arms out, around to the ground. Inhale, left foot to the back of your mat. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So I'm going to cue chaturanga up dog, right? But you can always continue to lower to your belly and come through cobra. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot through in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen and look up. Exhale, right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right foot in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen and look up. Exhale, left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, left foot to the back of the mat. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen and look up. Exhale, right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, right foot to the back of the mat. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now take a breath right here in down dog. Bring your big toes together. You can walk them forward, only about an inch or two. Inhale, bend the knees, keep the hips lifted and look between the hands. And at the bottom of your exhale, either walk or hop the feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms high to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot to the back of the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath right here in your down dog. Bring your big toes together. Again, walk them up about an inch or two. Inhale, bend the knees, look between your hands. At the bottom of your exhale, either walk or hop your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms high to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Forward fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Now inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, you can plant your palms, either walk to down dog or you can hop back chaturanga. Take it through vinyasa and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale your right foot through in between your hands. Straighten your front leg and then walk your hands, pivot the feet to your left for a wide leg forward fold. Keep your heart lifted though, and then bring your hands up onto your hips, elbows, shoulder blades together. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, sweep it back to a peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm onto your thigh. Left hand goes up and then over your ear to the front of the room. Right here, press your left thigh back and then take your frontal hip points towards the belly button. And then see if you can pull the shoulder blades closer to the spine and lift the chest and gaze. One more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hands down, step back. Now option, inhale to plank. Exhale, either halfway or all the way down. Inhale through your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot through in between your hands. Straighten the front leg, walk the hands, pivot the feet to your right, but keep your chest lifted up. Bring your hands up onto the hips, elbows, shoulder blades together, and rise it up. Warrior two, open up the arms, open up the left hip and the left toes. Inhale, flip the front palm, sweep it back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Forearm to your thigh, right hand goes up and take your arm over your ear. Again, right thigh bone, press it back, but then frontal hip points towards the belly button and then pull the shoulder blades towards your spine and lift your gaze. Inhale, downward facing dog as you exhale. Option, inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale the right foot through in between your hands. Straighten the front leg, walk to the left, keep the chest lifted up. Hands come onto the hips. Try to do it both at the same time. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, sweep it back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm to thigh, right arm goes up and over. Okay, we're gonna layer on from here. Now bring your left hand straight up to the sky, return to warrior two. Now straighten out your front leg for triangle. You can hinge forward a little bit and then bring your right hand onto your shin, extend your left hand way up to the sky. And same thing right here, the left thigh bone wants to go back, but then take the frontal hip points towards your belly button and see if you can pull the shoulder blades together towards your spine as the chest gaze goes up. One more inhale. Exhale to release your hands down to the mat, downward facing dog. Option, inhale, plank. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot through in between your hands. Straighten the front leg and walk to your right. Keep your chest lifted and bring your hands up onto your hips. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, sweep it back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm to thigh, right arm goes up and over. Now bring your right hand straight up to the sky and return to warrior two. Straighten out your front leg, triangle, hinge slightly forward, left hand down to your shin, right hand up to the sky. Right thigh bone presses back, and then take your frontal hip points towards the belly button to lift, and then shoulder blades together, and then lift your gaze. One more inhale. Release your hands, down dog as you exhale. Option, inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale through the back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right foot through in between your hands. Straighten the leg and walk to the left. Keep your chest lifted up. Bring your hands up onto your hips. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, take it back, peaceful. Exhale, extended side angle. If your hand is coming down to the ground or block, bring it on the outside of your shin with your left arm up and over. Now bring your left hand straight up to the sky and return to warrior two. Straighten your front leg for triangle. Right hand to the shin, left hand goes up. See if you can pull your tailbone in the direction of your back heel right here. Let's layer on. Bring your left hand onto your hip. Look down. Hop the back foot halfway up the mat for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So bring your right hand on a diagonal from your pinky toe as you start to lift your left leg up. Bring your left hand up to the sky. And see here if you can pull the frontal hip points towards the belly button or extend the tailbone towards your back heel. But then revolve the right shoulder underneath the left to lift the chest and lift your gaze. One more inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Release your hand and your foot down. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot back. Side plank from here. So pick up the left foot about an inch and then press the pinky toe side edge onto your mat. Stack your right foot on top of your left foot and lift your right hand up to the sky. One more inhale. Exhale the arm over your ear and down to the mat, downward facing dog. Let's skip the vinyasa right here. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot in between your hands. Straighten your legs, walk the hands, pivot the feet to your right, heart stays lifted up. Bring your hands up onto your hips and rise it up. Exhale into your warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, sweep it back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. If the hand is coming to the ground, it's on the outside of your shin this morning or night or afternoon, whenever you're doing this. Now bring your right hand straight up to the sky. Return to warrior two. Extend your front leg for triangle. Left hand to your shin, right hand goes up to the sky. If you feel like your sitting bones are sticking back, try to take your tailbone towards your right heel. Now let's come to half moon. Bring your right hand to your hip, gaze down, hop your right foot halfway up so that you can already bring yourself forward. Left hand comes on a diagonal from the pinky toe and start to lift your right leg up, okay? Try to get your left hip and your left rib cage, the left side of your chest underneath the right side to go up. Bring your right hand up to the sky. One more breath in. Low lunge on your breath out. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot back to meet your right foot. Side plank on your right. Pick up the right foot and then press the pinky toe side edge onto the ground. Start to stack your feet as you take the weight into your right hand and lift your left hand up. One more inhale. Take the arm over your ear as you exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Now inhale, bring your right leg to the sky. step your right foot in between your hands. Listen carefully. We're coming right up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So the right hand is going to come on a diagonal from your pinky toe and start to lift your left leg up. Now, if you're working on half moon, right, I want you to work on just straightening out your bottom leg and straightening out this back leg. If you're going to come to Chopasana, listen carefully. Take your left arm to the back of the room, but the whole arm bone has to go back, even the head of your arm bone, okay? Flip your palm and then bend your knees as you're trying to pull your heel in towards your booty, okay? Try to resist pulling the knee towards your chest, okay? We want extension in the front side of the body. And then see if you can grab the outer edge of your foot or maybe your ankle. If you're able to grab this spine, I want you to start to kick into your hand, right? Feel the top of your left thigh and the left quad open up as you start to revolve the heart up. And see if you can get the right rib cage, the right side of your chest under the left. If you have your foot, gently release into Ardha Chandrasana. Low lunge. Bring your hand down. Step your foot back. Now listen carefully. Listen for the change. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Bend your knee and open up your hip. You can either stay or come into wild thing. Lower your left heel down and then place your right foot behind you. Once you land down, you're going to press down through your feet. Lift the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips come up and back. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Exhale your left foot through between your hands. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So left hand comes in a diagonal. So if you look at the screen, you'll have a back view of me now, okay? Again, if you're working on half moon, I want you to work on straightening out your legs and, you know, trying to get over that fear of turning the gaze up. I think sometimes we get stuck in closing off the chest because we're afraid we're going to fall back. But today, I want you to see if you can really revolve the rib cage up towards the sky, okay? Now, if you're going to come to Chopasana, take your right arm back, the whole arm bone. Flip your palm around and then bend your knee. Use your hamstring and try to keep that extension in the front side of the body, okay? See if you can grab the foot or ankle, and then if you do, kick into your hand, right? See if you can keep the extension in the front side of the body and keep the rib cage spinning to the sky. If you have your foot, gently let it go. Ardha Chandrasana, low lunge, hand down, foot down. Now, three-legged dog, left leg comes up and back behind you. Bend your knee and open up your hip. And if you want to stay, you can stay. Otherwise, it's wild thing. So you're going to spin your right heel down and then gently place your left foot behind you. Lift the hips, lift the heart. Here also, you want to feel your shoulder blades come towards one another to extend your heart forward. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees as you come over, hips up and back. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, right leg up. Step the right foot in between your hands. So now we're in a low lunge, okay? I want you to keep your chest lifted up. And then from here, you're going to take your hands and reach them back behind you. Feel the shoulder blades come together towards the spine. High lunge. Reach your arms up. Now circle your hands behind your back and interlace the fingers. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the sides of the chest. And as you exhale, you're going to begin to hinge forward. Okay? Hop your left foot halfway up the mat. Warrior three. Lift your left leg up. Try to keep pulling the tops of the shoulders away from the earlobes and keep pulling the shoulder blades together. One more inhale. Hands to the mat as you exhale, low lunge. Lower your back foot down, just step back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high to the sky. Exhale your left foot through in between your hands. So now we're in this low lunge position. And then you'll take it to a high lunge, but with your hands reaching back behind you. Feel the shoulder blades come together, and that almost wants to push the heart forward. And as you inhale, rise it up to a high lunge, arms over your head. Now circle your hands behind the low back and interlace your fingers. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the sides of the chest. And as you exhale, hinge forward, hop the back foot halfway up your mat. Warrior three. Lift your right leg up. Now, if you need to release your hands and just reach the fingertips to the back of the room, that's okay as well. But keep pulling the shoulders away from your ears and shoulder blades together. Okay, really strong in the back body. One more inhale. Hands to the mat, low lunge as you exhale. Downward facing dog, hips up and back. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Start to take small steps up to the top of your mat where your feet will come up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms nice and high to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana, Tadasana, mountain pose. Heel toe your feet to one another. Okay, so they'll come right underneath the body. Keep your right foot planted. Okay, we're going to balance on the right one and we'll lift the left leg for a tree pose. So start to pull the left knee up in towards the belly and then open up at the hip. And guide your foot to the inner right thigh. And if you can't get your foot to the inner thigh, you can always come to the calf or come to the ankle. Okay. Eventually your hands will reach up to the sky. Bring your left knee forward. You can unhinge your foot. Low lunge. Hands down as the left foot goes all the way to the back of your mat. Lower your back knee down, untuck your toes, and as you inhale, sweep your arms up and over your head. Let the top of your left thigh go towards the mat. Inhale, and as you exhale, goal push open your arms, just like we did at the beginning. Now inhale, reach your hands back up to the sky. Bring your right hand onto the top of your right thigh and start to hinge forward. As you exhale, twist to your right, hook your left elbow to the outside of your thigh, and then bring your right palm on top of your left. You can stay with your left knee on your mat, or you can tuck your back toes and lift up your back knee. If you lift your knee, you have to keep bending into your front knee, okay? Now you can stay with your hands at heart center, or you can tee open your arms. And when you tee them open, I want you to start to feel your shoulder blades come together. And that will help you to open up the sides of the chest. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, straighten your front leg and then walk your hands, pivot your feet to the left for a wide leg forward fold. And let's fold right here. Bring your hands behind your low back. Interlace your fingers. Take an inhale to straighten out your arms as much as you can. And as you exhale, fold. Lift your hands off and away from your low back any amount. Try to pull the tops of your shoulders away from the ears and keep pulling the shoulder blades together. You just want to keep the neck space free of any congestion. One more breath in. Exhale to lower your hands down. Place your hands under your shoulders and lift and lengthen your spine. Walk your hands, pivot your feet to the front of the room into a low lunge. Inhale, just lengthen and look up. Exhale, left foot up to meet your right foot, forward fold at the top of your mat. Now heel toe your feet away from one another, about hip width distance, okay? You can take 2 fists and place them right in between the balls of your feet. And then we're going to take yogi toe lock. So take your two peace sign fingers. You're going to slip them in between the first and second toe, okay? And then you're going to grab the big toe, thumb on top. Same thing on the other side. Two peace sign fingers slip in between first and second toe, thumb on top. And then inhale halfway. And as you exhale, start to gently pull on your toes and bring the elbows out to the side. Your knees can bend here as much as they need. Take one more full breath. Gently release the big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring your arms high to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana, Tadasana, mountain pose. Heel toe your feet towards one another. We'll head to the other side, so keep your left foot down this time. Bring your right knee towards the belly and then open up your hip. And guide your right foot to the inner left thigh. Again, if thigh doesn't work today, calf or ankle will do, right? And even here, right, see if you can heavy the tailbone. So take your tailbone towards your left heel. And when you do that, you'll start to feel the tops or the frontal hip points come towards the belly button, okay, so that there's not an arch in your low spine, okay? Bring your hands up to the sky whenever you feel ready. And see if you can keep the sides of your chest really open and lifting. Bring your right knee forward and you can unhinge your right foot. Low lunge. Bring your hands down to the mat. Step your right foot all the way back. Lower your back knee down and untuck your toes. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky for a crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Feel the top of your right thigh sink forward and then lift the sides of the chest. Inhale. Exhale, goalpost, open the arms, pull the shoulder blades together and lift the elbows. Inhale, reach your hands back up. Now bring your left hand onto the top of your left thigh. Start to hinge forward and twist to your left. Hook your right elbow to the outside of your thigh and bring your left palm on top of your right. Now you can stay or you can tuck your back toes and lift up your back knee. Keep bending into the front knee if you decide to lift the back knee, okay? And then if you did so on the other side, T open your arms. One more inhale. Exhale your hands down to the mat. Straighten the front leg and then walk your hands, pivot your feet to the right for a wide leg forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Bring your hands behind your low back. Interlace the fingers. Try to bring the opposite thumb on top. Inhale to straighten your arms. You might lift the chest a little bit. And then as you exhale, fold. Lift the clasp off of the low back any amount. Again, try to keep the neck area free from congestion by pulling the tops of your shoulders away from the earlobes. You keep pulling the shoulder blades together so that you continue to create space in the neck and in the chest. One more inhale. Exhale to release your hands down to the mat. Place your hands under the shoulders and lift up your spine. Walk your hands, pivot your feet to the front of the room into a low lunge. Inhale, just lengthen and look up. Exhale, step your right foot up to meet your left. Once again, heel toe your feet away from one another, about hip width distance. You can take the measurement of your two fists if you need to. And this time, bend your knees a lot, and we're going to place our palms underneath the soles of the feet. Okay, so lift up the tops of your feet, and then I want you to slide your hands underneath the bottoms of the feet. Okay, and do the same thing on the other side. When you get here, you're going to inhale, lengthen, right? Your hands and your feet are really your anchors right here. And as you exhale, start to fold. You can let the elbows gently bow out to the side as we did before. Again, the knees can stay bent, but over time, you can start to straighten your legs any amount. One more breath in. And let it go. Bring your hands out from underneath your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring your arms high to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana, mountain pose. Heel toe your feet closer to one another. And on your next inhale, chair pose. So let's circle your hands up to the sky as you bend your knees. So heavy the tailbone a little bit. Let your frontal hip points come towards the belly button. Deep breath in and full breath out. Now one more inhale. As you exhale, we're going to take airplane arms within our chair pose. So just take your arms by your side. Okay, feel the shoulder blades come together, heads of the shoulders away from your ears, and then slowly start to come to the balls of your feet. Keep the heart going forward as you straighten out your legs. Keep the shoulder blades coming together. Back body really strong. Inhale. Crow pose as you exhale. So just bring your hands down. And then if you're just starting off in crow, I just want you to start to get the feeling of lifting the hips up, okay? You can start to bend your elbows back and bring your knees to meet the backs of your arms, really towards your armpits. You want them as high as you can. And then start to go forward, right? Arms nice and strong, and then lift your feet. One more inhale. Now lower your feet to the mat. We're going to come right into boat pose. Lower your feet down to your mat and then walk your hands back. Okay. From here, you can lift your shins up parallel to your mat. You can start by hanging on to your hamstrings right here, but eventually you can start to extend your hands forward. Now, same thing here, right? Really try to, keep the shoulders away from the ears and then pull the shoulder blades slightly together so that you can feel a lift from your chest and the sides of the chest stay really open. One more inhale. Now reverse tabletop as you exhale. Lower your feet about hip width distance apart. Bring your hands behind you and the fingertips facing forward. Bring the shoulder blades together first so you can find a lift in your chest and then lift your feet up. You can create space in the neck by extending the crown of your head back behind you. And if it feels okay, the head can go back. One more inhale. Boat pose. Lower the feet down, lift the shins, extend your hands forward, right? So the same openness in the neck and the chest area is exactly what we want to keep in our tabletop, a reverse tabletop, even though we're in a little bit of a different orientation. Inhale, reverse tabletop, hands down, foot down, lift the feet up. And so even though the head is going to drop back, we still want to try to keep it free from congestion. One more breath in. Lower your hips down to the mat. Now cross your feet at the ankles and come to child's pose. Place your shins down, knees wide, and then sit the hips towards your heels. Just take a nice deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Now walk your hands towards your knees and then come to a high kneeling position, okay? Bring your knees parallel to one another, and there's going to be a little bit of space. I'm just going to flip forward for a moment just so you can see where my knees are, okay? So if you look down, right, and if you find your frontal hip points, you kind of want those to line up with your kneecaps, okay? We don't want them right together. We don't want them too wide apart. Right? So we're going to move towards camel, and we'll move through this first one together. Okay? When you get here, right, the first thing I want you to do is take your tailbone, heavy it a little bit, and feel the frontal hip points come up towards the belly button. Okay? We don't want to crunch into the low spine. We want to, really try and take this back bend from the upper back, and really any back bend for that matter. Okay? Now, bring your arm bones towards the back of your mat, towards your heels. Okay? You can already start to see the shape being created. Have your palms facing your hips, so facing your body, and then you're going to bend your elbows and bring your hands into your imaginary back pockets, right on top of your butt. Okay? Pull your elbows together towards one another and feel how that brings the shoulder blades to one another. Shoulders stay down away from the ears. Okay? Now I want you to take an inhale, and as you exhale, start to take your hips forward and see if you can sort of press your hands down so you can remind yourself to keep the tailbone going down. Keep pulling the shoulder blades together as you lift up the heart. Again, inhale, fill up. And as you exhale, start to pull the heart up towards the sky and lean back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. Slowly rise it back up and lower your feet onto your heels. You can just take your hands onto your lap. Now keep in mind, even though I'm saying lean back, right? Because yes, you are going into a back bend, but I do want you to feel, even though you're leaning back, that there's energy going up, okay? So let's do that one more time, and then I'll talk about the next step, right? So again, tailbone down, right? Frontal hip points up towards the belly button, arm bones go back, 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 and then bring your hands into your imaginary back pocket. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, start to come into your camel pose. Pull the shoulder blades together, shoulders away from the ears, and lean back. Go up at the same time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more breath. And then rise it up, feet onto your heels. Release your hands. You can just take them onto your lap. Now I want you to watch this one, okay? We're gonna do it one more time, and you can stick with that variation that we were just doing. Otherwise, we're gonna come into the more traditional shape, all right? So again, just watch for a quick second. Your hands are in your imaginary back pocket. Starting point is the same, right? So I'm gonna inhale, and as I exhale, I'm gonna start to enter into the shape, right? I wanna lean back, but go up at the same time. Inhale, exhale. Now, eventually I'm gonna start to walk my hands down my legs, right, to my hamstrings, my calves. I'm going back, but I keep lifting up, right? The sides of my chest are really lifting, and eventually my hands are gonna travel to the soles of my feet. When I get here, I'm gonna take a deep breath in, and as I exhale, I'm gonna pull the shoulder blades together and extend the sides of my chest to the sky. Try to bring the crown of your head to the back, and then if it feels okay, you'll let the head go back. Again, even though, we're letting the head go back, it's still free of congestion. I'm still working to pull the shoulder blades away from the ears or shoulders away from the ears. The way we come up, one hand to the back, other hand to the back, give yourself a boost, and then come on down. Okay, so I'll talk you through it, right? And then we'll start to go in the other direction. So again, we want to come to that high kneeling position. Okay, heavy the tailbone, bring your frontal hip points up towards the belly button, and then reach your arm bones back behind you. I want you to get that action of really pulling the shoulder blades together so that you can start to feel the lift of your chest from the upper back, okay? Once the arm bones go back, you're gonna bend your elbows, bring them to the imaginary back pocket, okay? Again, you can stay, just keep that in mind. But then you're gonna inhale, fill up. And as you exhale, start to lean back, but keep going up in the chest. Inhale. And then as you exhale, keep going, right? Lean back, but go up at the same time. And then if you're gonna walk the hands down to your feet, begin to travel your hands down the hamstrings to the calves, and then eventually maybe to the ankles and the soles of your feet. And once you have that anchor, you're really going to use that anchor to, take the hips forward, take the chest up, but keep leaning back. And then the head might fall back if it feels okay, but to the best of your ability, you still want to try and keep the neck nice and long. One more breath in and let it go. To come out, bring one hand to the back, other hand to the back, press yourself up, and then come into a kneeling position. And just close your eyes right here and let the impressions of that pose, wherever you got to in the pose, just kind of sink in and resonate. And then you'll cross your feet at the ankles and come to sit onto your mat. And eventually, you're going to lower your back all the way down. Once you get down, just bend your knees, soles of the feet on the ground, widen your feet, let your knees knock in. Your hands can be on your belly, they can be by your side. And then windshield wiper the legs from side to side. We're going to let our knees drop over to the left as your hips and your gaze go right. Stack the right knee on top of your left, and then either T open the arms if you have space, or you can goal post your arms, look over the right shoulder. If you want, you can bring your left hand on top of your right thigh. Bring your right knee up, followed by your left knee. And then take your knees over to the right, and you kind of got to scooch the hips over to the left and look over the left, whatever you did with your arms before. Bring the left knee up, followed by your right knee. Happy baby. Bring the knees in towards your armpits, soles of the feet to the sky, and then you can grab the outer edges of your feet. If you want, you can rock a little bit from side to side. And straighten out the legs one at a time, or maybe both at the same time. Let yourself be playful. And then bring the soles of your feet together with your knees nice and wide, but still in this, happy baby orientation. The feet up towards the ceiling. And then from here, you're going to begin to rock and roll up and down the length of your spine. If you need to, you can come to your side. We're going to come up to a seat with the soles of the feet together, knees wide. And you can grab the ankles and then see if you can bring the pinky toe side edges of your feet to touch and kind of open up the big toe side edges away from one another. And take an inhale. And as you exhale, begin to hinge forward. Eventually, your head can drop down. Start to sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees and close at the knees like a book. And then from here, you can bring the heels of your feet onto the ground. Bring your belly towards your thighs and reach down and grab the outer edges of your feet. Okay, so keep the belly connecting to your thighs. Inhale. And as you exhale, just begin to drop your head. And so we'll start to enter into Paschimottanasana from here. So you can start to walk your feet forward. Make sure that nothing's in your way. And then for some of you, you might be able to continue to walk your feet out. And for some of you, the knees might stay bent, and that's okay, right? But you still do want to have the action of walking, inching the heels forward. And eventually one day, the legs might become straight. And just take a few breaths wherever you land. And slowly release your feet. Roll up. And begin to lower your back all the way to your mat. We'll enter into our final pose of Shavasana. You can widen the feet a little bit, let the toes splay out, bring your hands alongside the body. Slightly tuck the shoulder blades underneath the body. And just close your eyes and rest. I'll cue you when it's time to return. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And drop your head from side to side. And when you're ready, take a full body stretch. Extend the arms up and over your head. Extend your toes long in front of you. And then bend your knees. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat. And you can turn over onto your side, whichever side you're more intuitively drawn to. Press your hands into the ground and begin to work your way up to a nice, tall seat. You can keep your eyes closed or just have a soft gaze down the bridge of your nose. Let's take an inhale through your nose and sigh it out. Bring your hands to me right in front of heart center in Anjali Mudra, and gently bow your chin towards your hands and towards your heart. Just taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up this morning or this afternoon or night. Thank yourself for putting some time aside to dedicate to yourself and your hard work. And we'll end our class with a final breath. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section, or you can reach out to me personally if you have my contact info or on Instagram. Okay, so enjoy your day, and I hope to see you soon.